Can you tell by my walk? Can you hear it in my talk? I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes? It should come as no surprise. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. The barely cool. No, the barely cool. The barely cool. Yeah, the barely cool. The barely cool. No, the barely cool. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Barely Cool podcast with your host.
Welcome back! Oh my gosh, you've been waiting at home, chewing on your little fingernail, going, when is a new podcast coming out with my favorite boys? Every week it comes out and I wait for it. Now.
That's Judah Middle, and I'm Ben Routley. And this is the Barely Cool podcast, and it's episode 9 probably. And we're here. We're ready to go. Judah's got energy, clearly. He's got a pink hat on.
It's kind of raspberry. Was the official name of the hat when we bought. Was the official name of the color when we bought them.
That's cool. No one bought them. No one buys our merch right now either. Go buy merch.
I don't know who has.
BarelyCoolCast.com.
We only had 2 of these, I think.
Yeah,
and
someone else has one, I think.
I don't know who bought it.
Yeah, it's fine. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I don't care. So what happened to you this week?
Let me tell you.
You got something?
You better come correct when you talk to me. Let me show you something.
Come correct?
Yeah. Like
Come
watch yourself.
direct?
No, come correct. Like watch how you address me. Because you're talking to an executive member.
Oh, an executive member of Costco. You got a
Yeah,
Costco membership.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Am I an executive member?
I don't know. I think
Anissa's
you would
got
know.
Anissa's got the thing. So
you're not.
I don't know.
Although, do you have that household thing where you can add to the household?
Maybe. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know if I never go to Costco without Anissa.
Let me tell you, I
I
signed
never
up.
go anywhere without Anissa.
I signed up online, rightly so.
I'm not a functioning adult without her.
I'm codependent. I need constant love and affection and reassurance.
Precisely.
I went to Costco because
Okay.
I signed up online.
I figures.
I won't get into the nitty-gritty details of that, but then I showed up. When you sign up online, they send you an email, and they're like, print this out, and then you got to bring ID to the Costco. And so I show up at the Costco, and I'm like, well, I can't go through the entrance because I can't flash a card, so I got to go. I know which desk I got to go to, and it's through the return door, same desk, like customer service. There's a flipping huge line of people. I went.
There's always a huge line of returns. What day did you go? What day was this?
Wednesday at like 1 p.m.
Wow.
And it was popping.
No one goes to work anymore.
Apparently. People don't want to work.
The frustrating thing is whenever I say that, whenever a place is busy, I'm like, why aren't people at work? I'm also not at work.
No, I know.
So it's like...
But the problem
But-
is you and I are the main characters.
Yes.
And all these other people,
are just
what are you
NPCs.
doing here? Yeah.
Go to your jobs. Anyways,
I do
continue.
the same thing where I'm like, what's the matter? You people don't work 9 to 5s anymore? No one wants to work? And I'm like...
I'm also not
working.
But you go ahead.
So I'm in line,
Okay.
in the return line.
I didn't visualize it.
Which I'm trying to do my best to like view people with a kind and humble heart.
Okay, so there's
there's
Judah,
a man-
busy line, hate in his heart.
There's a man in front of me with a cart. His young daughter is in the cart. I'm hoping it's his daughter or it's a child he stole. There's a couple things in the cart that he's returning, and then like a giant, I think it's a pressure washer. That's like it's got wheels on the back, and he has every time the line moves, he has to like move the cart with his daughter, and then every time, I'm telling you, it's like he went like the line would move, he would move, and he would go, oh, and then like remember that he had this thing with him, and have to take a step back and drag it up to his spot in
Every
line.
single time.
Every time, and so it was like.
So the hate in Judah's heart is growing.
But then the kid is kind of cute, and they're kind of interacting, dad and daughter, and he's like, I gotta fix your hair, and she's like, no, mommy, do it, and he has to like get down on his haunches and be like, and then she lets him do the hair or whatever.
That's cute.
So
That's
I'm
wholesome.
waiting. There's like 10 people, 9 people, 8 people, goes down the list. I get up to the lady,
Hate is
and I'm like,
growing.
hey, I'm here to, and I'm here to sign up, and she goes, oh, that's at the end, and I'm like, okay.
Oh no!
And then I
So
just
you waited in line.
I didn't need to wait in line. I could have just walked over there. They had a designated person for it, but I can't see that, and I don't want to
There's
be
no
the,
signage.
yeah, and I don't want to be the guy who like, because the opposite is worse. I
Yeah.
don't wait in line. I walk confidently up to the counter. And I go,
Yeah.
I'm here to sign up for a Costco membership, and they go, get in line, idiot. And then I'm like, oh,
And then you're just the
Yeah.
ass.
yeah. So I didn't want to do that, but whatever. So I go, explain my situation to the person. She's like, oh, an executive membership. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it's through the company. I'm not doing it. And then she's like, all right, come on over here for your picture. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know how this works. I'm wearing the same hat, whatever. I'm wearing like a hoodie. And for some reason, I'm like, my brain goes into like passport photo. So I just go stand up there and I'm like, and she's like, and I like a smile. And
And
so,
you're like, that's not allowed. I can't smile.
so then I kind of panic
Kind of a
and
weird-
I
that's
go,
a weird thing to say.
I'm kind of standing there like this. And I'm just like, I almost took my hat off, but then I was like, she didn't say anything. So I kind of like quickly put it back on. And then she goes, and I like a smile. And I just go. And so there's
Your
a
brain panic.
I look at the picture. This lady's never taken a picture before in her life. There's like a foot of headroom. I look like I'm 2 feet tall. Just the head in the bottom of this square. There's a bunch of my hair sticking out the side of the hat because I put it on too quick. And I'm smiling like there's nothing behind the eyes. Where I'm just like... It's literally just like there's this much hair on the one
oh,
side.
it's so good.
This, and then I'm just...
do you not have it yet?
Oh, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, I wanna
It's
see it.
awful. I'll show it to the camera too. Here, catch. Why did that go so far? I thought that was gonna catch
Here,
the
catch.
wind.
Throws it at the ceiling.
I thought it was-
What the
I
hell?
thought it was gonna catch the
I think
wind.
it went behind the couch.
No, it went through the window.
It did.
Yeah.
Holy frick.
It's over in your...
All right, keep them
Yeah.
happy.
It's somewhere in that pile of stuff.
Donations.
Yeah, or it's like... Did you get it? Don't look at it until you come back. And then look at it when you're on camera. I told you it's so bad. I'm like tiny.
Why is there one piece of...
I don't know. Show the camera. Here, show it off. Get
Is
close,
it in the frame?
closer. Down. There you go.
Is that in there?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's
That's
insane,
so
dude.
good.
She hands me the card, and I'm like, I'm gonna go.
Here. There we go.
Does it?
Oh, good
Oh, I got
catch.
it.
You did. Your little elbow.
Yeah.
Fat, elbow pit.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I what was I gonna say?
Something about the lady.
Oh yeah, she gives me the card, and I'm like, well, I'm here at Costco. I'm gonna make my first purchase. Nothing big, but I wanted to get flowers for Maddie, and I know Costco
Cute.
has like pretty
Cute.
good flowers.
Cute.
And so as
They
I'm
do have good
walking
flowers.
over, I look over and I look at the thing, and I'm just like, can I ask her to retake? Like, what happened? Oh my god!
Now every time they look at your Costco card, they're gonna go, "Who's this flipping weirdo with the weird hair? He's 2 feet tall."
Yeah.
Wow, you're a lot taller than your photo leads on.
And I'm just like, thank you. Are you 18? Oh,
That's funny.
yeah,
That's a good little story.
yeah.
That's
So
a
now
good
I'm an
story.
executive member, and
Congratulations.
I can go in there and I can get the pizza, cheap pizza. I can get the fries.
Is that what executive member gives you or no?
So, no. The only
I don't
difference
think you need
between-
a membership to go get food in there.
Technically, you can just walk in through the return door,
Exactly.
and they don't check your card to pay.
Amen.
Because Aaron does that all the time.
I don't.
Shout out Aaron, stealing from Costco.
Gross.
Idiot.
Yuck. Poo.
You're the reason why they're going to raise those prices on the dogs.
Don't raise the prices on the dogs.
I don't think they will.
They better
I'm
not.
pretty sure
it's
that-
been the same price forever.
I'm pretty sure that's the CEO when he stepped down, I think it's quoted that he said, like, if you raise the price of the hot dogs, I'll effing murder you. Something like that. Like in a board meeting or something. Or like, I'll cut your throat. It was so aggressive.
Like, do not touch that hot dog price.
It's like part of their values and standards.
I love the hot dog
it's
price.
A great... It's
$1.50?
It's crazy.
A drink and a big-ass dog.
Yeah. The only thing is they don't have a veggie dog
big
for my
one.
little soy boy body.
Oh, yeah.
But
poor little guy.
Because IKEA is the other one that has really cheap food. And
But their hot dogs are little.
They are little, and they have a veggie dog. And also, they're far. Like, we don't have an IKEA around us.
Mm-hmm.
But Costco, good fries. The pizza's good, and it's cheap. And you get like an ice cream for like $1. It's crazy.
That's nutty.
Yeah. Although
I love a Costco.
The whole thing is, as I was like waiting in line or whatever, because the return thing is right by the exit, at least in this Costco, and I'm hearing like all the older white ladies who are like gabbing with the people who are checking the receipts, and some of them are so nice, like, oh, it's so hard to find what you need, I love it here, and then like
I get benefits.
Flipping, there was someone who she had her cart, and the lady who was checking the receipt or whatever was like, "Oh, got yourself a drink," make a conversation, and the lady just goes, "Yeah, but there's no straws." And then the lady's like, "Oh," and she's like, "Didn't even see a dispenser. Why are you selling drinks with no straws?" As if like.
There's lids with holes in them, you crazy
like
person.
It was just insane.
Drink it like a coffee.
It was so
That's
odd
so
to me.
funny. I love that.
She's got this big old drink. They're like in the Pepsi cups, and she's like resting it on like where the kid sits in the cart. And she straight up stops when the lady says that. And she goes, "Yeah, there's no straws." And the lady's like, "Oh, maybe they're out." She's like, "Didn't even see a dispenser." And then the lady's like, "Oh, I don't. I'm working receipts.
There's no straws. They got rid of them.
I got no.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. She's like.
I don't work
clearly,
yeah.
It's designated roles. Like, she never is in that section. She was just like, "Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're out." And she was like, "Didn't even see a dispenser." And then she's like, they just stood there in silence for like 5 seconds, just like. And I don't know what the receipt lady was thinking, but then the lady just goes, "Why are you selling drinks with no straws?" And then the lady was just like,
I don't know.
"Have a nice day." And then the lady left. And I was just like,
oh my lord.
Why are you making someone's life harder?
That's such an impossible scenario.
Yeah.
Man, they don't have straws anymore as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't think it's just that they're out.
No,
issue.
it's because
I'm
the
pretty
whole
sure they got
single-use
rid of
plastic thing, right?
Because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, they just replaced it with lids with holes in them, and I'm like, that's the same flipping thing.
Who cares?
If not, bring your own damn straw.
Yeah.
It's
I have a couple metal straws at home.
Yeah, bring one. Start walking around with one. But it's yeah, that's boomers, man.
Gosh,
Boomers.
you add so much to this podcast. It's
cool.
yeah.
Shut the hell up! All right, I'm sick.
Whoa, sick Cardinal Press shirt.
I'm sick.
I
Cardinal Press Espresso Bar in Newmarket. Good spot.
Last time I was there, I talked to Omar.
Great
Shout
spot.
out Omar. He was like, "How's the
Love Omar.
podcast going?" And I'm like, "Still doing it."
Still not popular.
Yeah.
That's great. What was I gonna say now? I had things I wanted to say. Oh, how was your May long weekend? Good. Did you do anything?
Yeah.
You
Oh, you want me to tell you about it?
You don't have to tell me about it.
It was busy actually.
Really? It wasn't restful?
Monday was pretty chill. Saturday, Sunday were pretty busy.
What'd you do?
I worked Saturday.
Give me a quick lowdown. Oh, you worked? Oh, you tattooed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
was like, what are you doing working at the church?
Trying to think. What did I'm pretty sure I tattooed on Saturday. My brain turns to mush, dude.
That's fine. You don't have to tell me.
But we saw a lot of family on Sunday. And actually on Saturday, after I got home from work, we went to go see Maddie's family. And then on Sunday, Sunday we did a little surprise party for my dad because he graduated from his master's.
Oh, right,
program.
I saw that. Yeah.
So because he's been working on his master's,
I meant to go to that
while
graduation.
working.
because all of my other friends graduated there too, but I didn't go.
From the master's one?
Yeah.
He had 2 because his program was kind of... So he did the master's one and then he did the Tyndale one.
I see.
But yeah, we were like, I watched the Masters one on the live stream because we were over at my mom's when it happened, and yeah, I just saw Christian on stage and I'm like, I know him.
Yeah.
But anyway, my dad was doing his master's program while he was also working and being a dad, and so it took him like 9 years, very just course at a time, whatever, you know. And so he finally graduated, and my mom, I think like right after he did his like final, like his the second graduation, they went out for dinner or something, but she had planned to do like a bigger thing with family because, you know, it's a lot
that's a big
chunk of your life, you know.
It's a huge accomplishment.
Decent accomplishment, pretty big chunk of your life. And
huge accomplishment.
it's an all right accomplishment, Dad. I'm almost proud of you. I'm kidding.
Congratulations!
I'm
it took
not
you 9
proud.
years. Just kidding, Brad. You did great.
And
It
so
would take me like 12.
we did a little surprise thing. He came
That's cute.
home. We had some food, and then right from there we went to Maddie's family again because it's my niece's first birthday that day, and so we kind of hung out with them.
First birthday parties. Did they do like a full-on party, or they just do like a hey, let's?
It was just kind of family.
Thank God.
Yeah. I'm like crawling, not crawling, like I am fighting tooth and nail to set a standard in our family where, as uncle and aunt, Maddie and I, we will go to the first birthday.
Right.
Because you're one. Whoa.
Yeah.
After that,
yeah, we're not showing up to the second.
I
or third.
can't.
Yeah.
There's too many of them
Yeah.
now. You're popping out kids
That's
like
the thing.
like it's flipping.
It's the
Pez
same thing in my
dispensers.
family. Man, they got 5
I
now.
know.
Yeah, you got 5 now. 4, right?
5.
5, yeah.
And another one on the way.
5, another one
We're
on the way.
we're on our way to
we
6.
got 5. It's like
Yeah.
that's too many things to be
Yes.
going to. And
I have 2 nieces.
I fucking hate when we do big parties that spend a bunch of money on like a second-year-old party, and I'm just like, they're not gonna remember.
Picture
any
this,
of this.
okay? We're gonna do.
I don't remember my second birthday
acting.
party.
You're the parent writing. You're talking to. No. Yeah. You're talking to like some venue.
Okay.
To host your kid's second birthday party. Okay.
Okay.
Hit me with it, and I'll be the person running the venue.
Hi. I was just wondering, do you have availability at your venue for August 14th?
Yeah.
You do. You do.
We normally take a. So how many for an event? Like, what do you?
Yeah, it's actually my kid's second birthday party.
Oh, yeah, we
he
do a lot
he's
of those.
turning 2.
Yeah,
he's turning 2.
We do a lot of those. That's
Yeah.
all. That's great. We have a couple different packages.
Okay.
We have the frozen.
What's the most
package.
expensive one?
Well, our entry level is just.
I don't want to hear that. What's the most expensive one?
Okay, so the most expensive one would be our. It is a frozen one.
Okay, okay.
Do you a little boy or a little girl?
Little. Well, we don't want to say.
That's.
So.
Well, it's not my place.
Yeah,
You're
we're
right.
gonna let him make the decision.
So we have a little.
I mean, they.
We have a
her.
frozen one. What is it? You're turning this into like a Republican commentary on
I know.
gender. I'm just trying to make it.
I didn't mean to sound so Republican there. I mean her. I mean, I was like, which one do I say in the bit? I actually don't care. I'm sorry.
It's
Keep going.
$12,000.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we'll start over. Oh, you want that one? $12,000. Perfect. Okay, flash forward to the birthday party. You're the mom and I'm the baby.
A goo-goo.
Picking Cheerios off the plate. Who cares? I'm never going to remember
enjoy
this.
your $12,000 that we spent plus food and this diner. Look, we got a clown to come. Do you like it?
Look, Mom, this is never going to hold in my memory. I'm glad you wasted $12,000 of my education on this. It's nonsense. It's ludicrous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's just like this is my when I frame it to Maddie. I don't know if any of those bits were funny, but when I frame it to Maddie,
if they weren't funny, it was my fault.
we got a little
Kind of
touchy
direction.
there.
I should not have gone in that direction.
We go to the birthday party, right? We're surrounded by people we don't know, a few family members, a bunch of kids, and then it goes gift time. Let's watch Denalia open her gifts. Wow, Denalia, look what you got. Daniel's flipping like foaming at the mouth, red eye, just like throw it away. New gift. And then we get to, there's 12 gifts in from the flipping 30 people who came. It's like 1 million dolls in cheap plastic that they're never going to use after today. And then all of a sudden we're just waiting there together, my arms around my wife. They start tearing into one. We go, that one's from us. The kid doesn't care. Say thank you. Say thank you to Auntie Maddie and Uncle Judah. Why am I here? Who's this for? No one cares. The kid doesn't care that I'm here.
Man.
I don't care that I'm here.
Oh, man.
And we're coming up on 6, dude.
That's crazy.
I've got two nieces from this side of the family, and they've got a beautiful little boy on the way, and then I've got a nephew from this other, my sister-in-law. It's a lot.
Yep. Let's set the record straight. Me and Judah, we don't hate our nieces and nephews.
Oh, I love them to death.
We love them.
I love them to death.
They're great. They make me very happy, my nephews, and one niece now. The other day...
we're straight up inverted. Because you're at 5, I'm at 5. You have 4 nephews and 1 niece. Yeah. I have 4 nieces and 1 nephew.
Dang.
They should all get married.
Yeah, it's... the other day, I was like... I was at my nephew's house, and I was playing a little... I was just doing
Your
like
nephew
a little
owns
joke.
a house in this economy?
I was doing a little joke. He didn't want a hug, and I was like, well, he did not want a hug. He was just not coming at me for a hug. And usually I'm not a weird give me a hug guy.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, I was opening my arms wide, and he was laughing about
Yeah.
it. And then I did a big hug, and he goes, "Uncle Ben, funny," and then walks away. And I was like, yes. I was like, all of you are not funny. I'm funny.
Uncle Ben funny. Uncle Ben funny.
The way he said it, he's like, Uncle Ben funny. And then he just walked away, and I'm like, I win.
Yeah.
I
See,
win.
and I agree with you.
So I love him. I love him to death.
I
but I'm not
love
gonna go to
my
your
nieces
second
and
birthday
nephew.
party.
My nephew, I don't see that often, just because the more that they come out and be alive, there's too many of them, and I can't see all of them all the time.
Come out and be alive.
And I'm busy, and so it's hard to see them all the time.
Yeah.
And when they're younger, I'll say it publicly, I like them less because they don't talk. They're cute and great, and I
like a baby.
But
I'm a big fan of a baby, honestly. I've been spending most of my time with the baby of the group.
But you got to admit, you're never getting that throw the pillow moment with a baby. You're never getting that.
That's true. Yeah.
The enjoyment comes from when I'm sitting there with my niece and I go, "Who's your favorite uncle?" And I'm not one of those cheaters who goes, "Who's your favorite uncle? Is it me or Uncle?" No, I'm like, "Who's your favorite uncle?" Like out of everyone here. And when they point to me,
oh yeah,
you guys suck. You suck.
I'm better than you. I'm better. Yeah, I love it.
They don't
man.
like you, dude.
I love it.
Pick them up. They'll start crying. Yeah, I flippin', or like when in a room full of all the aunts and uncles, the one niece or whatever goes, come, let's go play. And I'm like, picked me.
Yeah.
Picked me.
I'm the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I
was on cloud 9 when I got the
it's
Uncle
the
Ben
best.
funny.
I love throwing my niece around. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just pick her up and I'll throw her onto the bed or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's like, ha, again.
Yeah.
We were doing this one game where like she ripped my hat off my head. She was standing on a bed and we were all kind of hanging out, whatever. And she threw my hat and she's like, I'm gonna go pick it up. But I was like, she was going to hop off the bed and I just picked her up and like made it so she was like flying and she like scooped it up off.
Right.
And that was the game. So
Yep.
then she would throw my hat.
Yeah.
Like, I want to fly to get
And
it.
then we would fly to go get it.
Great.
Yeah.
But then the game changed where one other time she went to throw the hat, it hit me. And I was like, oh!
And it became let's injure Judah.
And then that became the game where I would die and then she'd wake me up. And then
It's a fun game.
One time,
oh, what a good uncle he is.
it was great. One time she went, now you throw it at me. So she's 3. I kind of lightly tossed the hat at her and she went, and then she fell on the bed. Hilarious. One of the funniest things I've ever seen. She pretended to die. It was so
That's great.
good.
I love it. She's
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm
It's-
glad you're having such a great time.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So, exactly.
But
So that sets the record straight. We don't hate our nieces
No.
and nephews. We just don't want to go to 900 birthday parties that will not be remembered.
because the thing is, it's quick multiplication.
Yeah.
I'm coming up on 6 nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Times 18.
Yeah.
I mean, no, like probably if we're being realistic, by the time they're like 6, they're in school. They don't care if their aunts and uncles are there. They really just want their friends.
Yeah.
But even 6, you might still get invited by the in-laws. So 6 times 6, 36 birthdays. That's 36 days that I got to book off my calendar. And even per year, that's 6 birthdays that I got to book off. We got to get gifts. Don't even get me started on Christmas. How much money are we funneling into these kids that don't care? I bought my niece last year, one of my nieces. Maddie's like, I'm big on like, frick it. We don't need to get them anything for Christmas. They already have too much stuff.
Right.
Their parents tell us they have too much stuff. Maybe like a shirt or something. Maddie, but she loves giving gifts. That's one of the things, especially to them, because she gets to see them wear the shirt that she bought them later.
Right.
That, to me, is like a double slap in the face.
Yeah.
Because now we've spent money on something that I think is lame.
Yeah.
So I don't care about that, but Maddie likes it.
Yeah.
So she'll buy them like an outfit for cheap.
Yeah.
But I bought one of my nieces last year. We were at the dollar store. I bought her a whoopee cushion.
Nice.
Couple hours of fun, and then I don't care if she throws it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll pay $1.50 for my niece to step on a whoopee cushion and laugh.
Yeah.
And then if by the end of the day it's in the garbage, fine.
Yeah. It's they have so many toys.
It's insane.
The people, like, it's insane.
It's too much.
And I'm done buying them toys.
Yeah.
But
don't need it.
where me and Anise have arrived,
buy them a Bible.
Is until they're like old enough that I can start buying them like cool things. Like, like video games or something.
Yeah.
Then until then, I'm just gonna start for the older as they get older. I was gonna start buying like experiences. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna take you to the trampoline park.
Yes.
For a day.
Yes.
That's your birthday present.
Yes.
And then we have a fun day. We bond, and you don't have some useless piece of plastic that you're gonna play with for 4 hours and then forget it even exists in the colossal
agree with
horde
that
of
1,000%.
of toys that you have.
And kids are so easy to impress.
Oh yeah.
Your birthday present could be like, we're taking you out for ice cream.
Yeah.
They're going to be
like, hell yeah.
They're going to love it.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you want another Elsa action figure?
Yeah.
Holy frick. Dude.
I'm like, we got, like, they got a couple of them whose birthdays are in the summer. I'm like, let's go to, when they get a little older, like,
Splash
when they're
Pad.
not like 2. Yeah. Wonderland. For all I care. I'm like, let's go to Wonderland for a day.
And those kids rides are kind of fun.
Yeah.
Those are
I'm
good.
like, let's just go to Wonderland for the day. We'll go to Splashworks and then we'll go on all the kids rides in Snoopy's Village, if it's still called that.
Teacup.
Yeah.
Teacup.
The little planes.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do that. Instead of me buying you
Yeah.
some like useless toys and like more clothes, as if you don't already have enough of those.
It's insane, dude.
So I can start buying you things I consider cool.
Once
Like
once
a
they
vape
hit
pen or something.
What?
I said like a vape pen.
Yeah, yeah. You get them like cigarettes, and they're like, "Thanks, Uncle Ben," and you're like, "Come on, let's go smoke one. Let's go have one."
Your first at 9 years old.
They're
you're
8,
old
and
enough
you're like,
now.
"Now that's AAA Wagyu beef, okay? You fry that up, you get a nice sear on there. It's gonna change your life. Isn't that cool?"
Thanks, Uncle Ben.
But like, yeah, experiences are so much. We took one of our nieces to a pumpkin patch. Great.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Way better.
Yeah.
than
They had like
toy.
a little like section where you could feed goats.
Ooh, I like feeding
It was
goats.
fun.
Goats
it was
are
a fun time. But that's so much more fun to me. Because it's like, you don't need stuff, okay?
Yeah.
We're positioning our kids in a way to flippin' already just be so consumeristic. You freaking relax, man.
Yeah. Let's go do things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I stand. Even my parents now are like that with all of us.
Yeah.
They're like for Christmas, instead of like getting us all individual gifts, they're like, oh, we're all gonna like buy tickets to a Jays game, which is what we just did. That was for Christmas.
That's good.
And I'm like, that's way better.
Yeah.
Don't give me some random thing. Like I can buy my own stuff. I'll take a ticket to a Jays game.
Mom and Dad, if you're listening, I do still like stuff at Christmas because I am still riddled with consumeristic behavior. So experiences are fun, but like me,
I like buying my own stuff.
I don't like spending my own money.
Fair. I don't know. Whenever I want something, I just buy it myself. I don't tell people to get it for me.
That's fair.
Because like then I have control.
There's a freedom in that.
I can just buy it and
You don't need to. The one thing with Christmas is like There's so many things I want that I know are a little bit too expensive to ask for.
Yeah.
And then I feel bad asking for them. You okay?
Yeah, sniffling.
Sniffling?
Yeah.
Doing all right?
I'm okay.
It's just you did that like during my...
Well, see, I moved the mic away.
I know, but I heard it, so then it threw me
just
off.
Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know what? Let's move on. But yeah, Christmas is great, and I flipping. The problem is, I there's things I have expensive taste, and I have very specific taste in certain things.
Yeah.
And so I don't like asking people for things. I love giving gifts.
Yeah.
I do love giving gifts, though.
I'm not a gift guy.
I know
in any
you don't
way.
care.
I don't care to give gifts. I don't really care to receive them.
I know.
Just because that's he doesn't like that. Yeah. Anyways, where did that all start? Oh yeah, I'm glad you had a good May long weekend.
It was good. How was yours?
Good. I went to Halliburton. My whole family was there at the cottage.
Oh yeah. Well, not your whole family.
Well, Max wasn't there.
Yeah.
But
your younger brother had to stay behind.
Yeah, he had to stay behind and work, unfortunately. But we were all there. Grandparents were there. It was fun, except me and Anissa had to sleep in a tent, which I usually don't have an issue with.
Yeah.
However, it was the worst night of my existence. I hated it.
Where was the tent? Just in the back?
We put it around, like, because remember when you were there, how we had a fire pit right outside the front door? That's not a fire pit anymore. That's a deck now. Yeah. And so the fire pit's around the back.
It was a deck when we went, just the four of us.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I forgot. You guys came another time. Yeah, so it's back at the fire pit. We just put the tent back there.
Right.
The only issue is we didn't notice it's just ever so slightly a hill.
I was going to say.
Yeah, like in one particular area of it.
Yeah.
It's just like a little incline, and we didn't notice. And we put an air mattress down, and then I get in at night, and I lay on the air mattress, and I feel
you can feel
that
it.
I'm like slowly sliding, and it was so annoying. And to add to that, it was raining.
Yeah.
And Anissa finds the sound of like rain on a tent because she grew up at her camp where she would hear rain on the tin roof, and so that the sound of rain hitting a roof of any kind is very relaxing to her. I can't stand rain in a tent,
really,
because it fills the entire tent with noise.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here I am in this tent, and I'm like slowly like feel like I'm falling down. All the while, all I can hear is. And it's like I'm overstimulated, I'm uncomfortable, and I almost screamed. It was like 1 a.m. I couldn't fall asleep. Anissa had been asleep for hours.
Yeah.
I had to get up at 7:30 to go golfing. It's like 1 a.m, and I'm sitting there and I almost went, ah! Because I was so...
You're just like...
I was so overstimulated and frustrated that I couldn't fall asleep, and I'm like sliding down the
like hands
thing.
are just white knuckle, just like.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, that's so good.
I almost got up and went inside and just like slept on the floor inside just to get away from the rain. It's so loud. Rain outside the window in my house, no big deal. That's relaxing. But rain when it's all I can hear all around me is awful. I hated it.
Did you guys?
No, that's disgusting.
Oh.
So I couldn't sleep, and it was just like, ah!
Fair.
That.
Do you guys own a tent, or was that like...
No, someone else's tent.
Yeah. I want
a tent.
I think that's going to be the big splurge this year.
Yeah, you're going to buy a tent?
Yeah.
I like tents.
Because going for a weekend camping trip sounds awesome.
Yeah, I would go camping with you.
That's what I was just about to say. We should go camping.
We should.
I
love camping.
Casting, cast around the fire at a flipping...
I love camping.
Flipping...
I like tents. I have no problem with tents. It was just like everything that was happening at the same time.
It's really just a tent.
Yeah.
That you need to start. I mean, I would probably go let's get a tent, let's get an air mattress, or maybe at least some sleeping bags, whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna go air mattress usually.
We have a whole thing. Someone got us a big thing of plastic utensils and cups and plates and stuff. So you bring that camping. You get a jug for water. Yeah. Depending on where you go.
Get a stove, like a Coleman
you get a little Coleman or whatever. Yeah. I want to go camping so bad. I want to go camping so bad.
Yeah, we should go camping.
I haven't been camping Since I was probably like 8.
Really?
It's been a hot minute.
I haven't been camping since I was like, I don't know, 19 maybe.
Yeah, it's
we
been
went to
ages.
Kill Bear every year for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
My family.
I know, I remember.
Yeah, and then I stopped going when I got a job, and then I just kind of, and then they got the cottage, so then we didn't go anymore.
Right, because cottage. I mean, your
Yeah.
cottage is flipping nice.
Yeah,
It's-
I like my
it's
cottage.
Cozy.
It's very nice. We added a floating dock. Yeah, out in the water.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's nice, like 8x8. It's
So you're
huge.
swimming out there now?
You can swim out there. Yeah, you could, take a paddleboard out there
Yeah,
and just chill.
just chill.
That's gonna be my chill spot when I
Yeah.
go up there. I'm going up there on July 1st.
Take a little paddleboard and read out in there.
Hey man.
That's sick.
Anyways, yeah. So that tent happened, and I flipped.
That's cool.
Just wanted to die.
Who's all going to July 1st? Because I didn't. Is it in my email or?
You want to come up with my family? Grandparents, mom, dad. Sam.
I'll sleep in a tent.
You sleep in a tent on a hill?
Yeah. Yeah, just.
If it's raining again, I'm gonna throw punches. The only person in the tent is Anissa, so that's not as.
When you go camping, do you do like a grounds? You pay like how much is camping like at a campground?
It's not very expensive. I never paid for it, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think like it's not very expensive.
Okay, but then like
It might have gotten more expensive. Who knows?
Pardon?
It might have gotten
Yeah,
more expensive.
I-
But like it's at provincial parks, so I don't think they gouge you.
I really want to do like because there's camping at like a campground.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're very sectioned off. You can even like just see the people next to you, which
Yeah.
I don't hate.
Yeah.
For like a quick weekend thing. We got like one not far from where Maddie's parents live, whatever. But I would also love to do like a bit more.
Like a backwoods camping.
Yeah, like just go to Algonquin and find
Right.
a spot.
Right.
That
That is cool.
A little bit off the beaten path and not just Maddie and I. Like I would strengthen numbers,
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Someone with a rifle.
Yeah. Big knife
Yeah.
and like maybe a chainsaw.
That would be helpful.
A Humvee.
Humvee. Yeah.
Yeah, whipping us through the woods.
Preferably a machine gun on top of it.
Yeah. Bunch of face paint and like
Yeah.
camo.
Yeah.
Maybe a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
And then probably just like an RV.
Yeah. I think that's enough.
And then I could be in the RV. Like just backwoods camping kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Just really roughing it.
Yeah.
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 That sounds good to me.
Yep.
Although I will say, between the two options of like a campground where they have like a shared shower and like just out somewhere and you're near a creek, I don't want to be in that camp shower.
No, yeah, I'd shower in a creek.
So much better.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
It feels cleaner.
Yeah, I would love it. The dream scenario would be to find a waterfall and to shower in the waterfall. That would be amazing.
That'd be
wouldn't it?
awesome. You buy like a
Let's go to
like
BC.
a real.
You're from there, right?
I was born there. It's in my
Do you-
blood.
So do you still know it? Remember it?
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude. I could flip in. We could camp in Stanley Park and just. I would guide you.
Amen.
It's in my
Let's do that.
spirit.
Let's go to BC then.
Just go.
Just
Just go
camp.
to a park in a city center.
Anyways,
Um,
what time are we at here?
We are at 29 minutes. 39 minutes?
38 minutes.
Right. Video is a little bit longer.
Wow, look at that. 38 minutes.
One episode just cruising. And we
Yeah.
haven't even brought up.
Oh,
back-
you know what?
Whoa!
You know what I just learned this week,
Tell me.
and I'm actually a little bit embarrassed that I just discovered that exists because you probably are like, well, I don't know this. I just discovered that the flippin' little tab on your rearview mirror flips the mirror into small penis F350s behind you. You can't see a goddamn thing mode, and it like tints it. And so
Small. Flips it into, and these are your words. Small penis F350 can't see a goddamn thing mode.
that's when like
I
you know
know.
when a big old truck is behind you and
Yeah, I just didn't expect you to throw out a GD like that so casually.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he's pissed at you. God is.
No,
He's pissed.
No, he's not.
Yeah, dude. Night mode.
Yeah. Is that like everyone knows that exists?
I didn't until my parents got the Veloster when I lived at home, and my dad made a joke because it was like a new car, and I was
Right.
like, I can't wait to drive that. He's like, you are not driving that until you read the manual front and back. As like a joke, and I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I read it, and then in the manual it mentions the mirror, and then like you flip the tab, and you can do it at night, because then you're not getting blinded by everyone's headlights. I do it every day now, every night. Anytime that the headlights behind me are a little bright, or at night, I just flip it up.
I didn't know it
It's
existed.
incredible.
Until Anissa showed me it.
Change your
'Cause
life.
I get really pissed when someone
Yeah.
like pulls up behind me and like their lights are so bright and they're in like both mirrors
Yeah.
in the rear view, and I have to. And she's like, "Oh, just flick this thing."
My parents
I was like,
always
"Whoa!"
used it as because what it's just kind of tilting the mirror in a way that you can still kind of see.
Yeah.
I don't really know how it works.
Neither do I.
But it works.
Some sort of refraction.
Yeah, I
or,
don't know.
You know, something with
Um,
mirrors.
Now, my whole life, my parents have a huge height difference between them of about a full foot, a foot and an inch.
Right.
And so they would do that because I guess they would like the height difference is so severe that flipping it actually just like for my mom would be like, oh, that's the height she needs, flips up for my dad. So I thought it was like my whole life it was like you could have like presets. You flip between mirror saving modes or whatever. Like you set the mirror in this position and then you flip it and you set the mirror in that position and you just flip between them.
Or you could just move the mirror.
But yeah, which I always did.
Yeah.
But so I always thought like I was like, oh, when I'm driving this car that I own,
Yeah.
or I'm driving the car, like I don't need to flip it
Yeah.
because I'm not switching between that much of
Yeah.
a height. I'll just adjust it. And then one time I was driving with Maddie's parents, and Maddie's mom flipped it, and I was like, oh, that's odd. Like she flipped it randomly. I never thought anything of it. Mm-hmm. And then I read the manual, and I was like, holy frick, people.
It's like this is a night
Yeah,
mode thing.
it's
or as I
incredible.
call it. I'm not gonna say it again.
Yeah, tiny penis, big bright.
F350
Can't
is
see.
behind you. Can't see a GD thing.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, it changed my life.
It's incredible.
Now I'm not getting blinded by all those,
Yeah.
incels out there.
By some flipping tiny penis machismo guy who's like
Yeah.
in a Canadian Tire like 3,000 watts. That's nothing. Give me the 120,000. I got to be able to see to Mars.
I gotta be able to see out there.
Not only is my car jacked up so high that you could literally line 10 sitting children before I could tell I ran over anything, but let me get the lights so bright and cold white that it can flip and act as an X-ray in case the hospital goes down. Holy hell. What are we doing?
Yeah, I know. It's flipping ridiculous. Redonk.
It's
It's
redonk.
redonk.
No, those guys'
Redonk.
penises are massive. They're so big. They're massive.
I see a lot of penises now at my job.
I voluntarily.
Well, I mean, on my own accord, but
What about the
I wouldn't
patients?
say I'm seeking it out.
What about the patients? Are they aware?
I mean, most of the time they're kind of out.
What do you mean? Like
You
it's
know.
just
They're not. They're
not fully there.
they're they're on sedatives and stuff.
Oh, I see. And
And
their
we're just
penis
moving
is just
them
falling
over.
through a flap.
We're moving them over, and then there's their peen. It opens up.
The penis opens.
No, like their gown opens up, peeing, and then
How does the gown open to that level? Because is it not like a
Is it?
tie up in the back situation?
yeah, but they don't really tie it up very often. On
Oh,
like
so all of a
patients,
sudden it kinda
patients who
like-
are like in their bed all the time, like they got to change them or whatever all
Yeah.
the time, so they're not going to untie it every single time.
Right.
When
And all of
they're
a
just laying
sudden
in there,
they catch a little hospital breeze and
peeing in the face.
balls hanging.
Yep, that's what they look like. Anyways, yeah, crazy stuff happens at the hospital.
What's the like a percentage?
Last-
Give me a percentage.
Of what?
Um,
Peens per patient?
per week.
How many peens per week?
Are you seeing in a day? Not really a percentage. Just give me a mean peen. Mean of the peen.
I don't know, like 5.
It's like one a day.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah.
Depending how often you
Pretty
work.
cool. People
Yeah.
got their peens out, and then like take a body down to a morgue. Gotta check it.
That's your job.
Sometimes they're, well, yeah, and a security guard's job.
What
We
do you
like
mean?
double check it.
Like
They got a tag.
make sure they're dead.
No, they verify their identity.
Oh.
They got a tag.
And
on
then you're
their-
like, you're just transporting someone. You're like, all right. You're like about to do your 3, like 1, 2, like huck him into the furnace. Be like, real quick. Whoa, that could have been bad. Mr. Johnson, you were just sleeping?
No. We got to make sure it's Mr. Johnson.
Right,
They got
yeah.
a tag on their fingy and they got a tag on their toe. And
Right.
so if you go to a unit where people die a lot,
Yeah.
then the people are seasoned professionals in packing up a body. So they usually put the zipper at the bottom. So we only have to zip up to the hands, which are usually crossed like this.
Right.
So we don't have to see the face.
Mm.
Sometimes you see a pee though.
Well, yeah, if the zipper's
Lately,
at the bottom.
people have been, dying everywhere on like units where people don't
usually dying.
they don't usually die,
So they don't
and
know
so
how
the
to zip
nurses
them.
have no clue how to put them in body bags or even do
They're
anything.
like upside down.
There's no uniform training for this. I discovered this week.
That's great.
Like there's just units where like people very rarely die,
Yeah.
and like there's like full on nurses on there who just have no idea what the protocol
Right.
is. And I'm like, so like I went up the other night like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
because I worked an overnight to get a thing, and they were like, they didn't have the body like moved over. They didn't have any of the paperwork filled out,
Right.
and I'm like.
hey, I need this.
I'm like leading on it, and I'm like, usually like nurses are just like, oh, I got it all, it's all ready.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they're like, oh, what do you need? And I'm like going through stacks of paper with them, being like, I need this,
Yeah.
not this. And I'm like, does no one die up here? Like, is there no uniform training for
Yeah.
this? It's a hospital. Anyways, but
I kind of
you
like
zip
that
up.
though,
Sometimes you see a peen though.
because it means like to me that means like the nurse in that section, like the nurses are very like hyper focused on what they need to do.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
That's
There's
true.
kind of like not everyone needs to know everything,
That's true.
but that's funny. That
Yeah.
like you get like a body bag, you unzip it, it's just butt up,
Yeah.
arm behind the bag, and you're just like, what are we doing here?
How
do
did
you-
this happen?
So when you move a dead body, right?
Yeah.
Do you just move it to where it needs to go, or do you have to like, and then you zip them back up, and they're just there?
Put them
Or-
in a freezer,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then someone else is gonna,
and then the funeral home will come
Right.
and claim the body,
and then they have to do all the,
and then
the
they do
actual
all
work.
the actual
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Autopsy. If that happens, is that at you or is that
That's
at the funeral
at
home?
our place. We
Okay.
have an autopsy room right next to the morgue freezer,
Right.
and like sometimes, if an autopsy
Yeah.
needs to be done,
Yeah.
patients will come.
Can't
in.
be super common.
No.
Yeah.
It happens pretty rarely.
Right.
Usually we know why they died
Yeah.
because they're here in the
Yeah.
hospital. We usually
True.
have know for the most part what killed them.
But like if the cops find a body, they got to bring it to there. Like that's the autopsy room in town, or do you
They
think they
might
have their own?
they might have an autopsy somewhere else, like at the police stations, maybe.
Right. See, that's what I don't know.
That I don't know. We're just
Interesting.
dealing with bodies that come through our doors.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Or if someone gets killed at the hospital,
Yeah.
someone who's otherwise healthy,
Then
all of a
maybe
sudden flatlines with a pillow on their face. Dun dun.
maybe.
Someone killed him.
Ta-da. That would be a code something. I don't
Yeah.
think there's a code for that types of things.
Flipping.
We had a code red last night.
What?
Fire department showed up.
For what?
Code red.
Another one?
Fire, yeah.
What is happening?
In the ER.
How many? Who's lighting fires?
I don't know.
Like a
But-
surgeon's just wrapping up. He's like, "That was a good one." Oh shoot! I can't be doing this.
But dude, the funniest thing happened though. I felt so bad for this kid. Okay. So let me set the scene for you. So I was walking through the hallway as this code red is getting called, and I'm walking into this like hallway where there's like a center area,
Yeah.
and then 4 doors on. So like you're in
On
a
each
big
side.
center
Yeah,
open
yeah,
area,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then 4 doors
Yeah.
that lead to 4 different places.
Different
One
hallways
CT, ultrasound, DI registration, back to the ER.
Yeah.
When a code red is called, the hospital is very segmented,
Yeah.
and cut off by fire doors that are held open by magnets. So like they're open and they're stuck against the wall on
Yeah.
a magnet. In an attempt to isolate fires,
Yeah.
whenever a code red is called, all of the doors automatically close.
Right. They like shut off the electromagnet.
Yeah, and then
like,
it
Yeah.
they slam shut. But this kid was with his dad getting escorted to ultrasound, and he just got unlucky and happened to end up right in the center thing when the code red goes off. So it's going beep 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 above,
Yeah.
and all of the doors shut. And the kid's like. He's like whipping around. He's like looking at us like, are we trapped? It was like a scene in the movie where like a protagonist comes in and it's like, it's a trap. And they like run to a door and it shuts. And they run to another door and it shuts. All of these doors just slammed closed.
All of a sudden, like a voice comes over the PA.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You thought you could escape.
You've fallen into my trap. And that's the and like it's just going beep, beep, and this kid's like, are we trapped? What's going on? And I was like, don't worry, man. I was like, just the code red. Relax.
Did his dad make it through the door?
No.
Okay.
That would have been so funny.
So it's like alone.
Dad,
and he's like,
Dad!
he goes to reach back.
But
He thinks it's like
anyways,
Silent Hill in there or something. Like the lights all are about to like just like.
Yeah, and then like, that's the thing. It's so scary because it's beeping, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Can I have your attention, please? Code red, ER." And then the kid's like, "What? Is that us?" And I'm like, "No." It's like it's over there. We're fine. They didn't tell us to evacuate. We're fine.
We're just gonna open these doors again.
And then these doors are just gonna open up again, and then went right along the way.
That's
and
so
the poor
good.
kid was just like, he's looking around him as. Poof, poof, all the doors are closing in on him, and he just happened to be caught. There's very few areas in the hospital where you're surrounded by 4 doors like that.
You'll just see one door closed.
Yeah, so for him to be just unluckily caught in the area where 4 doors close around him.
That's so funny.
It got me.
He's trapped in like a little square room.
Yeah. So, anyways,
that would make
we
for a
just got him
great
out.
like horror movie trap situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like it's just you get a group of people.
Yeah.
Something goes wrong. They all lock for some reason. They can't get them open, and then they're just like stuck in there. And there's a killer in there or something.
That sounds pretty scary.
Good. You got something crawling behind you. What do you got there?
Oh, it's a daddy long legs.
Oh.
Yuck.
What are the odds you eat it?
0. You toss me that sandal over there or a croc?
Yeah. Croc's not going to get the job done because it's got they're built for tread.
Quick! He's getting away.
Where'd he go? Get him?
Got him. Dead. Clean that off later.
That's funny.
Sorry that you had to see that. Didn't want you to have to.
Murder on camera. Ben committed murder. He took a life. One of God's creatures no longer lives. Snuffed out of existence.
That's our clickbaity title.
Yeah.
Ben murdered on the podcast.
Yeah. Do you think spiders have souls?
No.
Going right to hell.
Sure.
Hell's just full of
Or
spiders.
just ceasing to exist. I'm kidding. I don't
know enough to take a stance.
Anyways, we Code Red. Funny
I didn't
kid,
say anything.
Kid was lost.
Here's how I can prove I didn't say anything.
Kid was lost. Funny, haha.
Yeah. He start crying?
No, that would have been funny though.
I'm gonna die. No, not because of that. Just because of the cancer or whatever. Whatever he's got.
I mean, he's had an ultrasound. Who knows what that was for?
Pregnant?
Could be a mass. Could be. They don't just do ultrasounds for pregnancies, idiot.
What do you mean?
They do ultrasounds for everything.
Everything?
A lot of things.
Sick tummy?
Yeah, well, if they're worried about appendicitis, they might do an ultrasound.
You can do that?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We could do if dude's got something
Did I ever
wrong
tell
with-
you about
something
okay.
wrong with their testicles?
What'd you point
Ultrasound?
that? I had to look at your
Ultra-
in there.
Ultrasound, as if you haven't. Ultrasound on the testes.
Yeah.
We do ultrasounds everywhere. If there's some
How
fluid
does
buildup,
an ultrasound work
ultrasound.
on the testes? Because isn't an ultrasound they get the nurse goes in, get the goop, and then they get the big wand and they're like beep 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 beep. Like, is that not an ultrasound?
Yeah, but like,
How do you do that on a
it's-
little? Do you get a tiny one? Tiny wand?
I don't know. I'm not an ultrasound tech, but it's giving you, it's just a picture. It's giving you a picture.
I know what
using
using sound. I
Yeah.
understand that. How does that work on a tiny little ball?
because there's empty space in there.
I know, but I'm
You're projecting a picture of inside the testicles.
No, but are you having to the nurse is like, all right, hold and stretch, or like, what do they?
I don't know.
I'm curious
I'm not
now.
in there.
Can you
I
ask
just
for
drop
one?
the patient off?
Can you ask for one?
Sure.
Next time you're in, ask if they can ultrasound your testicles.
I don't
for me.
want that.
Well, you don't know if you want it because you don't know if it's fun or not. Sometimes.
Yeah, we do ultrasounds everywhere.
Did
every
I
part
ever
of the
tell you
body.
about my
Any sort of fluid
hospital
buildup or a
experience?
mass, perhaps?
Did I ever tell you about my hospital experience from like in high school?
Maybe.
So, I'm constantly amazed at the technological marvels that we've had in science and healthcare and all this stuff.
It's pretty nuts.
And so, I was in grade 11, I think, and I was having like horrible stomach pain. And I would feel like devastatingly hungry, and then I would eat and I would feel nauseous, which probably anxiety or something. If I believed in that, which I don't. I'm just kidding. Mental health is a very real issue, but some people don't believe in it, and that's
stupid.
yeah.
Anyways, continue on with
I was
your
gonna say
thing.
that's fine for them, but I disagree. But anyway, at the time I had no frame of reference. I just knew like I would get horribly hungry all the time, and my stomach would hurt and ache, and then I would eat and I'd feel like throwing up. And
That sucks.
yeah, it was bad. And so I went to the
Went to
doctor,
the old hossy.
and they were like,
Did you
"We
go to
got
Southlake?
I went to. I think I just went to the family doctor first, and then they recommended going to Southlake because he thought it might be like a stomach ulcer.
Don't want to mess around with that.
Yeah, so I had to book an appointment to get checked for a stomach ulcer. So I went, and I go there, and they're like, we're gonna do like a scan of your body, and the way we're gonna do
Was
it.
it a CT?
No, it was like
An X-ray?
not even. It
MRI?
Was, I don't know the name.
What were you in? Just describe it to me. How did they do the scan?
So I was about to.
Okay.
So I get there, they gown me, but
Yeah.
I think I was still allowed to wear a little underwear.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I didn't go in the chamber with the thing.
It wasn't tight?
No,
Okay. So you didn't go into a chamber, not an MRI then.
no,
Were you standing up?
no.
You
So-
were laying down on something.
Yes. So I get in there and they go, here's what we're going to do. There's this liquid you're going to drink.
Yeah, okay. It's a CT.
A barium drink.
Contrast.
And we're going to scan. So you're going to drink this. Then you're going to spin you around.
Does it taste bad for you? Did it taste bad for you or did it taste like water?
Neither. But they went, we're going to spin you around and we're going to try and see if it leaks out of your stomach because that's what we're scanning for, a whole
Right.
stomach lining, basically.
Right.
And a barium drink. They hand me it. They go, it kind of tastes a little chalky. And I'm like, and that it did for me. It tasted chalky.
Okay, some people don't taste a thing in that drink. Some
Really?
people, it tastes awful.
It tasted like licking a piece of sidewalk chalk.
Yeah,
It didn't
like-
taste awful, but it tasted
yeah,
like licking
some
a piece
people
of
like
sidewalk
can barely get it down, and some people are like that. Was
Well,
nothing.
the flavor was not the worst part. So they hand me a little styrofoam cup, and they hand it to me, and so they pass it to me, and I grab it, and I go, like it's heavy. It's quite thick.
Oh yeah.
And they go, and they warn me. They go, it tastes like sidewalk chalk, and it's a little thick. So you're going to start
Could
drinking,
be something different then.
and don't stop drinking. And so I had to just chug it, and it was so thick
Ew,
and chalky,
yucky.
like texture-wise. It honestly, like if they could have ground up like 4 pieces of sidewalk chalk and like a cup of water, and it was kind of grainy.
yeah,
It's gross.
Gross.
So then they go, okay, we're gonna lie on this table, and I'm like, there's
And
like
you
a
went,
machine in front of me.
Is it like a big donut?
No, I don't think so.
What the hell test did you get?
I don't know. So they're on this table and they go, we're going to spin you around. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, I wonder what this is going to be like. Like, if I'm going to, like, they're going to strap me in, I'm going to, like, rotate in this thing. So I lie on the table and they're like, all right, now roll over. So I'm expecting to just be, like, lying. And then
And
the
it starts
machine
going
twists me or something. Or, like, something. And then they're just like, all right, now roll over. And I'm like, what? Oh. And so I literally just, like, go, like. And then I'm on my stomach. I'm like, all right, on your side. And I roll. And then I'm like, what the? I thought they were going to why am I doing this? There's no consistency because I guess it's like coating my stomach or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I thought I was going to get strapped in and I was going to fully twist upside down. No.
I was gonna say that doesn't exist. At
I
least
was
at our
hoping.
hospital.
I was hoping. And then.
What area of the hospital were you in? Were you
No
across the street in that in
Dude,
the medical
I
arts
don't
building?
remember anything of even entering the hospital until I was in a tiny little cubicle room stripping down. I felt awful.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Was it so? Did they have to set up a thing that that was like a big square almost, and they had to set it up and facing you, and then they took the picture?
I don't know.
Oh my lord!
I
you're
genuinely
useless.
don't remember. Yeah. It was so. I mean, it was in grade 11, so that was like almost 10 years ago.
True. Trying to figure out what the heck they did.
I have no clue.
I want to know.
But it was so odd to me, and then it was like no news, good news. I never heard anything. I guess I don't have an ulcer.
Sweet.
But I missed like a week and a bit of school. Like 2 weeks of my first grade 11 year. So I came in. I did 2 days of grade 11, and then this started happening. Missed like a week or two, and then I like had to go into the vice principal's office because I wanted to switch a class, and I was past the time that I could switch a class, and I had to be like
You had
special
a whole tummy
circumstances.
ulcer.
Yeah, and he was like, he was kind of known as like being very strict and mean, and so I had to explain the situation. Like, I want to miss this class, and I've been dealing with like all this stuff, and they thought I had an ulcer or something. He's like, oh, could it be like stress? And I'm like, I have no idea. And he's like, when I'm stressed, you got to find a way to de-stress. I was actually very nice and wholesome with him. He ended up like showing a side of himself that I'd never seen, because I always saw him as just like the rule guy, no wearing a hat. But he was very kind and warm, and he was like, but then I was like, all right, you're meeting me at a point that I don't care about. Like, just can I get out of philosophy and take sculpture or what? Like, but it got to a point where he was like, you got to find a way to deal with stress. For me, it's a looming. And he points to a loom.
A what?
A loom. Like
What's
for weaveing fabric together.
What the hell?
And he's got a loom in his office.
What the hell? That's crazy.
And he was like a jazz clarinetist.
What an interesting person.
Very interesting man. But I guess he also had dealt with like stress and anxiety, and he loomed.
Got into looming.
Looming, yeah. Not like looming over someone, although he did that as well. He was a creepy guy when it came to rules. Like, he was very strict, but he loved looming.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you get the class switched?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, sick.
Get me out
No
of
one could believe
both
that
of
he did it
philosophy.
either, because he was so like rule focused. But
Right.
He
But
met me with
met
grace.
Some mercy for you there, eh?
Yeah.
That's good.
Anyway.
What was his name?
Oh, frick if I know.
Well,
I don't remember
I
at
guess
all.
it wasn't actually that important to you.
Well, because I never would have had
vice president something.
vice president.
Sorry, vice principal something.
I don't
Peas.
remember.
I get my peas mixed
Yeah.
up. Vice principal something from
Bradford High.
Bradford High. Good job.
Yeah.
If you're watching,
I
this.
never had to talk to him until that moment, because he was always like the disciplinary guy, and I never got in trouble.
Yeah, you know what? If you asked me to name one of my vice principals, I wouldn't be able to.
I don't
name
even
it.
know if I can.
But
name,
I also didn't have a life-altering
Yeah.
moment with them.
I can't remember any of the principals' names, and one of them came into my art class all the time, but I don't remember his name. Anyway, he used to
Doctor.
work. He was not a doctor.
He could have been.
He
could have had a
wasn't.
PhD.
He did not. I'm pretty positive.
Doctor.
He wore a lot of suspenders and bow ties, though. He's pretty fun.
That's fun.
And balding.
Not actively bald, just
No,
balding.
he was really holding on to a couple wisps. Nice guy, though. Shout out.
Vice president. Principal.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening to the Barely Cool
we at the
podcast.
end? Are we at the end?
We're like over an hour.
What the frick? Okay, thanks for listening to the Barely Cool podcast.
And we'll
Another long week editing for Ben.
See you later. Pew,
Bye.
pew, 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 pew.
I've been barely cool for a while, cool with a wink or a smile, but I'm cooler than you, or with or without buzz. I've started, and this is really hard for me. Well, I'll stop myself if nobody else does.
Pissing and
I don't want to
pooping.
do this with you anymore.
Why? end
I've
being
reached my
mean?
limit.
Why end being mean?
I've reached my limit.
Frick!
The limit reached.